So we've talked about like some of the benefits that you get from, the advantages of growing by acquisition. And we've kind of touched on these little opportunities that also come along with the growth, because you're trying to grow by acquisition, you're trying to grow your business, and you can effectively do that by acquiring a company, but there's opportunities out there to increase the value of your business, but also take it even further when you also acquire a company. So one is arbitrage,
Right.
Arbitrage multiple.
Multiple arbitrage.
Multiple arbitrage.
Woohoo,
Sorry, got
man.
that wrong. So let's explain that thought process.
I have at least 3 clients, absolutely, positively, this is their strategy. This is what they're doing. That's just my clients. Private equity firms, hedge funds, venture capital is a little different, but this is what they do. And this is why they do it. And it's called multiple arbitrage. Fancy way of saying take advantages of differences in the marketplace. So if you have a company that does $5 million in sales, these are going to be random numbers, but proportionally they're okay. And it makes $100,000. You might get a 3 multiple for that, but just pulled that out of the air. So 5 million, make $100,000, get a 3 multiple. That's not very efficient, but that's the example. If you, through acquisition, increase your sales to $10 million, and you still only make 100,000, so that's even less efficient, but you will probably double your multiple, because a company with 10 million of sales is worth more, typically, there's no law, but that's the market, than a company with 5 million of sales. A company with 5 million of sales is worth more than a company with $1 million of sales that makes the same 100,000. Even though you say, wow, that $1 million guy is way better than the other two. Well, it's what the market says, right? So what people do consciously is go out and try to buy companies, not try, they do buy companies at a 1 or a 2 multiple, when their company already is worth a 4 multiple. So they've doubled their money. If they buy it at 2 and they have it at 4, then they try to take it to the next level where maybe it's worth 8 or 10, right? But they buy companies at some available lowball market, put them together to get the sales up. I mean, we're talking 10 million. They also try to do it to get to 100 million, to get to $1 billion, and they get all these increases in value in the multiple. They also typically bring in better management, the efficiencies we talked about, so they get the profit up. And it really, they just do it in 2-3 years, maybe 5. We cavalierly say, oh, they're going to flip it. Well, okay, they're buying businesses to flip them. Well, what they're doing is buying businesses at 1 or 2 or 3 and trying to sell them at a 10.
Right.
And in the meantime, get their profit up. So, higher multiple times the higher profit, as we said, is an exponential gain in value. That's what they do. That's what they exist for. And we can all do it too. You don't have to be a private equity fund. You just go out there, run efficiently, increase your sales, and increase both your profit and multiple, and get an exponential gain when you decide to sell, if you decide to sell.
Yeah. It's really fascinating, and it's a different tier, like we said, of thinking as a business owner, that you're going to go and do multiple arbitrage. But you can absolutely go do it.
Well, especially with that fancy name,